There I is. There you are. And it is week 5 in CIT 82 Intro to Web Development. And this week we make another big transition. And the content for this week has been updated from prior semesters because, as I kind of talked about in week 4, we're going to be moving to cover Bootstrap 5. And I really think it's a good move. I'm excited myself. I was excited to find a good series from Travesty Media, which I saw somebody already looked at it and and agrees that it's a good tutorial because generally that channel is really good. So if you like this, check out some of the other media, other content from them, from him actually. So that. But the thing I want to talk about today, because I think the two videos that I've created to cover the items, which by the way, Monday is a holiday, which means, and this is always going to be true. Of course, when I say always, we're on week 5. This class ends in week 9, which means really only have left, okay? 4 weeks left. So, and we're at that point now where you're going to start, and this week is it, where you start thinking about this project zero, the 25% of your grade due at the end of the semester. So anyway, that content stands on its own. So I thought I'd talk about a topic that I have found very helpful for me personally, and kind of the funny shirt I have on today. Have you heard this? Squirrel. Kind of like dogs get really distracted. Humans get really distracted by many squirrels in our lives. I can't speak for you. I can only speak for myself. And I know the more I work on this, the better my life is, because if I'm feeling stressed about not getting something done, I can either choose to feel that stress or figure out a way to numb that stress, which is generally probably not good for me either, or just work on the thing that's making me stressed. And the more I've leaned into that, it's helped, but also learning about the new science that's coming out around how do we learn and how do we learn quickly. So I want to recommend, if you're interested, there's a YouTuber that I really enjoy, and it's a neuroscientist out. I think he's a neuroscientist out of Stanford, and Dr. Huberman. If you search his, and I'll just put the link to the YouTube search here. But as you can see, I consume a bit of his content, and there's been one I need to finish that was a little more current, but this one um, about learning faster, and he kind of approaches this one from a movement standpoint, and then, but a lot of things that he talks about with learning, maybe let's say a athletic move, maybe, or a series of whatever it is some kind of skill, can actually also translate over into learning. But then he created this one more current that is really good. And I definitely recommend. I know it's long, right? But consume it as your time will allow. If one of the things that you're struggling with in this life, in this kind of life that we're all living, right, is the idea of how to keep focused, because not only will it help you with this class, it will help you in general to be able to train your mind to be more focused so that you can accomplish the things that you want to do in your life. One of the ways I that helps me definitely is I meditate every morning. Every morning, okay, many mornings. To say every would be such a qualifier, even I couldn't live up to. But I often meditate, and it only takes 15 minutes. The other thing I do is I work out, I eat good, I sleep good. And these are all things that help me learn faster. Like right now, I am developing, and I guess maybe this is also a plug. Um, I'm finishing up the JavaScript course, meaning it's being taught in a 9-week mode, and then it ends, and Python starts. And I just started teaching Python last year. So I'm actually changing materials because I found a better Udemy course than the one that I was using. So I'm having to watch the series because I honestly never ask students to do something I haven't done myself. I just don't think that's right. And not only that, I like to learn. I mean, I enjoy having the knowledge. And not only that, it makes me more able to support. Anyway, there's a lot of reasons. And that's why I love this job. Okay. It's fun to learn. Anyway, getting back to this. So now what I'm doing is I'm watching and preparing that content. And like the content I'm using in this course, I've been to a couple times. As I talked about with the bootstraps content, am upgrading as things make sense, right? But creating something from the very scratch, pretty much standpoint, takes a huge amount of focus. And again, I noticed that moment, so I'm just gonna, give you my experience of I could either feel stressed that I hadn't done it, or I could just work on it and feel better. And it every time I just work on it, get my butt in the chair, or in my case, on the ball. I literally sat on a ball. Um, and I guess you could take that as a metaphor as well, but okay. So anyway, so my point of this video, and I want to hear this in your reply, right? Have you considered, or is focus one of the things that can sometimes get in your way? And what do you do? Because you may have some techniques that could help somebody else in this post. Okay. So I thought I'd just give that a little bit of time this morning because, and I'm also trying a new camera angle because of various reasons. Hopefully it still works fine. It is a little more weird because actually when I look at my screen to talk about, it's always kind of good to change things up as well because it uses different patterns in our brain. So, in your reply, right? Any of these techniques sound like something you might want to check out? Maybe check out the video I mentioned, and then any feedback about that, or how do you work on this? How is it that you keep and refine and increase your ability to focus on and complete? Because focus is, of course, the activity. The outcome that we want is to actually complete something, right? Whatever that something is, whether it be a night of due dates in this course, your degree in general, building relationships, however that looks like, financial. I mean, there just can be so many levels of what your goals look like, and focus will help all of them, in my humble opinion. All right. Have a good week 5. If I haven't changed the due dates, which I think I had for this class, but after I record this, I'll go verify that those due dates have been moved, which, by the way, doesn't mean you have to wait. Okay. And probably on Monday, even if it's a holiday, I will grade anyway, just because I don't want to have twice as much to grade on Tuesday. But, and that's really Tuesday night at the same time. Okay. So it's not like, right? So a Monday at midnight due date happens Tuesday at midnight. And hopefully, as you've seen, right, there's a benefit to working ahead. Blah, 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 blah. I've said it before. Have a great one. Welcome to week 5. There we go. Bye bye.